At the Aero India Show in Bengaluru earlier this year in February, Air Chief Marshal A. Singh's conversation with the top officials of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited or the HAL went viral. Singh pulled up the Defence PSU saying none of the 83 promised Tejas Mark 1A Jets by the HAL had been delivered to the Indian Air Force. Singh questioned why HAL was not in a mission mode on this project and rebuked the chalta hai attitude. Well, Singh's concerns stemmed from a national security issue. Even today, none of these Tejas MK1 Jets have arrived. Further, 36 MiG-21 Fighter Jets retired last week in a decommissioning ceremony in Chandigarh. AP Singh flew one of these MiG-21s. Hello viewers, welcome to this edition of Homework. This is your host Aman Sharma. Today we dissect why Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh's worry is real and justified. Will the HAL pull up its socks as it has its work cut out? Will HAL rise to the occasion finally, as it is now a question of India's security? Well, last week, the IAF has retired its MiG-21 squadrons. These jets have been the backbone since the 1960s, but are now outdated and accident-prone. The needle-nosed MiG-21 was first inducted into the Air Force way back in 1963. India used 874 MiG-21 jets over the decades, with HAL building over 60% of them. From the War of 1971 to the Kargil conflict, or from the Balakot airstrike to the Operation Sindoor, MiG-21s were India's solid weapon. But now they are history. The IAF's sanctioned strength is 42 fighter squadrons, but it's operating now at just 29 fighter squadrons with 16 to 18 jets each. The phased retirement of MiG-21s has widened this gap and replacements are not arriving on time. Sample this. HAL has an order since 2021 worth rupees 47,000 crores of delivering 83 Tejas Mark 1A fighters. But no jet has been delivered so far, though the delivery was to begin in 2024 and complete in 2028. The Air Force wants them faster, but just the first two of these 83 jets could come this year. A big issue for the HAL is getting the engines from GE Aerospace from the US for these jets. These supplies will determine how fast HAL can deliver on these jets. Only 3 engines have been delivered to the HAL so far. The first one, in fact, arrived just in March this year. The HAL has been citing these engine supply problems with GE as a major cause for the delay. HAL says structures will be ready, but deliveries can only happen once the engines arrive. But can the government keep waiting for this? Well, last week the government signed another mega contract with the HAL. This time an even bigger order of 97 light combat aircraft MK1A worth rupees 66,500 crores. So now HAL has its job cut out to deliver as many as 180 fighter jets to the Air Force. It must deliver Tejas MK1A on schedule and ramp up production lines. This is vital as India cannot afford to fall behind Pakistan, which is set to have 25 fighter squadrons compared to India's 29 currently. Pakistan has also signed a further deal with China to get 35 to 40 J-35 fifth generation jets that could add to its arsenal soon. In the context of Operation Sindoor, where fighter jets played a major role in the conflict, India knows the importance of maintaining its superiority in air power against Pakistan. Faced with the two-front challenge from both Pakistan as well as China, India does not want to face any dangerous capability void in air power. That is why the government signed a contract with the HAL last week for the procurement of 97 light combat aircraft MK1A. The government says the delivery of these aircraft would commence during 2027-2028 and be completed over a period of 6 years. The aircraft will have an indigenous content of over 64%, with 67 additional items incorporated over and above the previous LCA Mk1 contract signed in January 2021 with the HAL. The integration of advanced indigenously developed systems such as the Uttam active electronically scanned array radar, the Swayam Raksha Kavach and the controlled surface actuators will further strengthen the Atmanirbharta initiatives. But the million-dollar question is, will the jets arrive on time? With the MiG-21s retiring, the focus is on the Su-30 MKI, which is now the backbone of our fleet with nearly 270 aircraft in service. India also has 2 squadrons of the French Rafales, 36 aircraft that give the IAF a big edge in the region. As demonstrated during Operation Sindoor, Rafales have the capacity of long-range precision strikes without even needing to cross the border. The Mirage 2000, the MiG-29 and the Jaguar are also in our arsenal, but foreign purchases take time. India recently approved the purchase of 26 Rafale M jets from France for our carrier operations, but they won't come also before 2029. Then there is the AMCA, a 5th generation multi-role twin-engine stealth fighter being developed by the Aeronautical Development Agency under DRDO for the Indian Air Force. India wants to develop this aircraft via private industry partnerships rather than sole public sector execution. So HAL is not automatically the only or the default partner. This August, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh announced that India will jointly manufacture advanced jet engines for the AMCA with French aerospace major Safran. But again, all this will take time. The service induction of the AMCA could take a decade. All this is more a reason for the HAL to deliver and fast. 3 engines have come and GE is expected to deliver 12 more engines by March 2026. A total of 99 engines are to come from GE by 2028. As Operation Sindoor has shown, wars are no more physical but being fought in the air and through tech. Operation Sindoor has highlighted why air power is central to the modern air warfare and national security. The Indian Air Force was able to strike deep inside Pakistani territory within hours of the Pahalgam terror attack. Air power allowed India to impose quick costs on the adversary, unlike slower ground build-ups. This element of shock and surprise forced Pakistan into a reactive posture. Targets were carefully chosen, radar sites, hangars, air bases. This precision showed how calibrated air power can punish an adversary without escalation spiraling out of control. In a hostile neighborhood, India needs supreme air power to keep the enemy at bay. The way ahead is also self-sufficiency and Atmanirbharta, be it in fighter aircraft or jet engines. India simply cannot afford to lose any advantage to Pakistan or China. That is all for this week's edition of Homework. Join me on CNN News 18 again next week.